Hey, Christian, great to see you. And I'm excited to taste your 2020s. I've already tasted probably about 300 wines, and I was impressed with Poyak. Wow. The wines are really structured and showing a lot of intensity, not maybe a little bit less dense than 18, but with even maybe better tannin structure in the sense that the tannins are more polished and beautiful. What's your take on the vintage?
Yeah, I would go along with that. The yields were generally lower, as you know, but the yields on the Cabernets were particularly low because the Cabernet berries were very small, and so in fact in all our blends there's slightly smaller proportion of Cabernet than there normally is because the yields on Cabernet were relatively lower. Paradoxically, I think that it's really marked by the personality of these Cabernets. We had these very small berries of Cabernet, and what that gave was something very pure, very intense, and with strong tannins, but very, very refined, particularly obviously on the grounded profile.
Yeah, exactly. And there, how would you compare the tannins, say, to 2019, which was a fantastic year?
Well, I think in our case, the 2019, what really characterized the Grand Vin Pichon Baron in 2019 was these wonderfully fine, elegant tannins. I think it's the finest of any year we'd had until then. And I think 2020 is very much in that mold. Although it's probably in personality somewhere in between the personalities of 18 and 19. But in our case, I think we're closer to the 2019 end of that range.
I agree. I think I found that in Medoc in general, that it's much closer to how interesting. I hadn't thought about it, but Medoc is much more like 19, while Right Bank is more like 18.
Okay.
So just again, judging it on tannins, I think that it's pretty amazing we have this trilogy. I can't think of another trilogy like this where they really are almost exactly at the same level of quality.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is one. I mean, when you had 89 and 90, it's true that 88 was actually a pretty good year and probably would have been much better if they'd been working on low yields in those days and all that. But it's even though I like the 88s, but it's not the same. And really here we have three great vintages, all of similar levels of red.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only trio I could think of. Even if you go, way back to like 47, 48, 49. But, that was really the acts of God. Now you really, there's such precise winemaking and everyone knows what they're doing. And so the quality is, you almost take it for granted. So tell us a little bit about this 2020 for Sauternes.
Okay, so it started off in a very unpromising way. This is the third year in a row that we've had September, which was dry and sunny, perfect conditions for red wine, and indeed for dry wine, but not very good for making botrytis. So we had no botrytis really in the Suduiraut vineyard during September, and it began to get more and more worrying as time went on. We did a couple of tri in September. What we were picking lightly pasterier grapes, sort of shriveled grapes. We made some light, quite pretty, elegant wines, but only good enough to make second wines of Chateau Suduiraut. Nothing complexity to make about that. End of September, the weather started took a turn for the worse. And then we had a decision to take, which was either we just pick everything quickly and just make a lot of second wine and open wine, or we stop and wait. We knew there was going to be bad weather for a few days, so it was we knew we'd had to wait for at least 2 weeks. In fact, in the end, we took the decision to wait. We waited for nearly 3 weeks and then started again. Conditions got much better. and we then had the most perfect botrytis arriving in the vineyard, and we started again on 19th of October, and so the third tree started on the 19th of October, and it was magnificent, just very pure botrytis on very ripe Semillon grapes. This is 100% Semillon, this wine, and we interrupted towards the end of October, and another tree in for 4 days between the 2nd and 6th of November. Again, magnificent botrytis. And this wine is just made from those two last weeks, which might easily not have happened if we hadn't decided to wait. So it's made a very small amount, just 3,000 cases, but we think of this as a great, most unexpected vintage of Chateau Suduiraut.